Now, I think DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion, is one of the stupidest and most inimical programs that America could have ever implemented into its system and its pursuit of equality of outcome, which will never be accomplished, by the way. I think it's one of the stupidest programs ever. And speaking to Trump's assassination attempt that occurred over the weekend, is one of the reasons that highlights why I think it's one of the dumbest programs ever. What do you guys see in this picture? Other than its immaculate appearance that looks like it could be on display at the New York Museum of Art right there as the center masterpiece of the museum. What do you guys see? How about in this one? What do you guys see? What do you guys see in this picture? Now, at first, I thought the Secret Service was hiring cheerleaders, for moral support. I thought they were hiring women because women motivate men. Women inspire men. When a woman is around, men become more protective. They become more virile. They think they can take on a lion, a bear, pull the moon to them, tackle the sun. Women are very motivational and inspirational creatures when it comes to the level of masculinity that men demonstrate, that men display. Women give us superpowers. They make us feel like we can go Super Saiyan or some shit. That's just the reality of it. You put a woman around men, he becomes better in sports, he becomes bigger, he becomes stronger, faster, funnier. A whole bunch of things go on with men when women are present. They just elevate their game. They amplify their attributes. They intensify the levels in which they go hard under any given circumstance. And that's what I thought these women in these pictures, or that woman in these pictures with the Secret Service protecting Trump, that's what I thought they were for. I thought she was a cheerleader. But apparently I was wrong. She's actually a part of the Secret Service. And this is why I say DEI, which I'm reforming and relabeling from diversity, equity, and inclusion to death expeditiously imminent, because that's what is apparently going to be the case here. Why are women in the fucking Secret Service? What purpose could a woman serve? How is a woman going to be able to physically protect the more physically imposing sex of our species? In what area of law enforcement and authority does a man feel safe knowing a woman has his back physically or in the line of fire, in the heat of battle? Would you feel safe with a woman on your Secret Service team? Not to mention, when Trump got shot at and all the Secret Service guys were putting themselves in the line of fire, ready to risk their lives, she was chest level with Trump because Trump towers over her and she ducked. Trump could have easily, if the shooter hadn't been taken out, the shooter could have easily hit Trump in the forehead, between the eyes, or in his nasal bridge. Because that's what she left open. And then they're getting on the plane and she's ducking down. She's ducking down. You guys saw it. Saw it right there in the picture. What the fuck are women doing in the Secret Service? Are we really that pressed to have representation of all minority or oppressed groups in every single thing that there is in America, to where we're willing to compromise the overall competence and stability of the entire network because one individual or maybe a couple individuals undermines that competence by them being inferior in some shape, form, or fashion, or not living up to the standard that is required for those who qualify for those positions? That irks my soul. The Secret Service is the last place, the last job on earth that women should be doing. I'd rather women work on oil rigs. I'd rather them work on oil rigs. But protecting the most powerful person in the world, and you have a woman at the head of that protection, is a fucking joke. It's a Disney movie made real. It's DEI made real. It's a joke. Women don't belong in the Secret Service. Women don't belong in any positions where they would have to thwart a threat, deter an existential threat to someone as powerful as the president. Put themselves in the line of fire. Women aren't even wired that way. Women aren't even wired to want to sacrifice themselves due to the innate fact that they're the reproducing sex. They want nothing more than to protect themselves from whatever threat. They are willing to let a man die for them in a heartbeat, because it's so intrinsic. Women almost have next to no desire to protect the man from a threat. So for women to voluntarily want to protect a man from a threat, you already know that the job is compromised. You already know you aren't going to get there. You already know that you aren't going to get their best. We know this. This is apparent. So I don't know what they're thinking, but at this point, we continue to be the laughing stock of the world. First with Kamala Harris, then Joe Biden. Now we realize we got a female head of Secret Service. We're the laughing stock. That's why a 20-year-old social outcast thought he could take out Trump, because he knew the woman was the head of Secret Service. He was like, I got a woman. I got a woman as the head of Secret Service. Oh, this is going to be easy. This is going to be a piece of cake. This going to be that's literally why if there was a male head of the Secret Service, he would have realized, nah, that's a suicide mission. But because there was a woman, he was like, I'll take my chances. That's really what happened. Let's just call it what it is. That's what happened. Women don't need to be in the Secret Service. And that's my inclusive thought for today. Because women are the inferior sex physically. And they are incapable of protecting a man from another man. Yet, we want to continue to pretend as we try to push these egalitarian utopian narratives that men and women are equal and equally capable of carrying out the same acts. And that's going to be our downfall as a Western society.